And John Cookson now joins us live from Tel Aviv. Good day and a warm welcome, John. Let's get straight into it. As you ended that report, you said tensions remain at a very dangerous level. Now, even with the presence of U.S. President Joe Biden, what impact do you think this show of support will make in this region, if any at all?
Well, as far as the Israelis are concerned, they're hugely grateful that Biden is here. Now, whether he'll make any progress on the various issues remains to be seen, because so far diplomacy spearheaded by Antony Blinken, Secretary of State, doesn't appear on the face of it to achieve very much. But Biden can, by just being here and talking to Netanyahu, maybe he can open doors. As far as the Israelis are concerned, they're sticking, as the Israeli Defense Force, it's sticking by its version of what happened, that it was a rogue rocket fired by another Palestinian group. And I have to say that video they've issued is, well, for me, quite convincing to say the least. And the IDF are also saying that their first investigations show that the whole area that was hit, it doesn't bear the hallmarks of a rocket attack. Look, in truth, the Israelis know what happened. They know if they fired a rocket or not. Now, whether they're prepared to admit that is another question. Hamas on the other side saying, no, it was an Israeli rocket, and they dismiss absolutely the Israeli version of what happened. As far as the Arab street is concerned and the Arab media, it was an Israeli rocket which caused such carnage on the ground, and most Arab media organizations are sticking to that. And as far as the influence on the Arab public is concerned, I don't think that's going to change. So a war of words still going on as to exactly what happened. Personally, I think it's best to just keep an open mind for the time being, to see what investigators actually find.
Indeed, John. And away from the U.S. President Joe Biden's visit as well, what's also making the rounds is the UK stance. We understand that the Foreign Secretary James Cleverly is set to travel to Arab states, and that's to start a visit to Egypt on Thursday in a bid to improve relations with leaders who are clearly upset at the UK's refusal to back a ceasefire. Are you hearing anything about that from where you are?
Yes, and I'm also hearing that Rishi Sunak might also make a visit to the region. Look, there are a lot of moving parts at the moment, a lot of diplomatic activity, to try to calm things down a little bit in Arab nations, because for sure there's huge anger. And frankly, this region is holding its breath at the moment, waiting to see what happens next. So every diplomatic effort is being made by allies in the West, including the UK, to try to, as I say, calm things down and maybe get some breakthrough on Israel's safe zones in Gaza, if it can set some up. And there was news today that a safe zone is being proposed at a place called Al-Mawazi in Gaza, which is not too far from Khan Yunis. It's south of the halfway line in Gaza. So, as I say, a lot of diplomatic pressure being put on a lot of people at the moment, but still no consensus on the way things are going for the time being.
Right, and of course, no consensus, especially concerning this hospital attack. What more are the Israelis and Palestinians saying about this hospital explosion? Of course, you have already touched a little bit on the fact that nobody is really taking ownership of it.
No, and, you know, the narratives have been set now, and it started last night with the Arab media immediately blaming Israel, and Israel then putting out a statement saying it was not us. And I think it's too late now to change minds. I think minds have been made up, both on the Israeli side and the Arab side. As far as the victims and the families are concerned, it's frankly all academic. I mean, what a horror show that was. I mean, hundreds of people, maybe up to 500 people, basically incinerated by this explosion. And just when you thought the horror in Gaza couldn't get much worse, suddenly it does.
Indeed, it's truly a horrific scene. But we'd like to thank you for your time here on Newsday. Outrage Chief Correspondent John Cookson, live from Tel Aviv. Thank you for your analysis. Please be safe.